Dr. Engineer Festus Ngeno, our Principal Secretary, State Department of Environment and Climate Action, representative from the Ministry of Education, coming on behalf of Dr. Belion Kipsang, who is the Principal Secretary, and that is Madam Florence Ambiti. Our distinguished partners, led by our title sponsor, NCBA Bank, Deputy Director Jackie Mahati, members of the Fourth Estate, my colleagues from MaMa Doing Good, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. God is good, and all the time. Mazingira yetu, our environment. Thank you so much. I think before I continue, I'd like to request our colleagues from MaMa Doing Good just to stand so that we acknowledge their presence. Kindly. Kindly. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you so much. It is my pleasure to join you today and represent Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Mama Rachel Ruto, at this important media breakfast. I extend her warm regards and deep appreciation to all of you, the Fourth Estate, for your presence here today. You are the voice and the mirror of our society, reflecting the realities we face and shaping the narratives that define us. Today, we gather to amplify the critical issue of climate change and environmental conservation, especially around our children. Allow me to thank the representatives of our younger generation, led by David and our daughter, Karen, who have spoken before me. And you have the unique power to bring the unseen into the light, to tell stories that awaken a nation, and to inspire action where it's needed the most. We believe the issue of environment needs to be spoken about more louder than ever before. And I think that was alluded by one of the representatives from the media house. Through your lenses, words, and platforms, you influence how we, as a society, view environmental conservation and climate change. It is through you that the message of climate action can resonate across Kenya, and indeed, the whole region and globally. Climate change is not an abstract issue anymore. It is an everyday reality, and especially for our children. You've heard what Karen has talked about. I am this old, and don't ask me how old. And Karen, I've not been able to do or to be in places where you have been. And so we thank God that our future is bright with people, and young people at that, like Karen, who are ready to stand up, to be counted, to talk about the environment. Won't we join them, even at our age, to guide them even more and make the future brighter and greener for our future generations? With 18 million learners in our country, children are at the heart of our society, and they must be central to our planning and national agenda. Kenya, as you all know, has a predominantly youthful population with a median age of, does anyone know the median age of our population? 19. That has come from the Ministry of Education. A clap for them. We have a median age of 19 years. This youthful demographic holds the key to a sustainable future, and it is through them that we can foster a culture of environmental stewardship and a vibrant climate action. There is one of America's reporters and educationists known as Neil Postman. I know the people in the media know him so well. For one reason, that he challenged the issue of culture versus television. And he was saying television is killing the culture because it's changing the way we bring up our children. And this man said, children are the living messages we send to a time that we will not see. So what messages are we putting in these children that we are sending to the future that we might not see as parents? This is the heart of our First Lady when she comes up to talk about these Mazingira Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency, the First Lady, is deeply committed to being the voice of the children, advocating for their protection, provision, and participation. We call them the 3 Ps. And thanks, Karen, for alluding to the 3 Ps. The First Lady's Mazingira Awards, which we commonly know acronym as FLAMA, falls under children's participation, ensuring that learners across Kenya, regardless of their abilities, location, or background, are actively engaged in climate action. Inclusivity, as said by Sheila, is at the heart of this initiative. We engage learners of all abilities, including those from special needs and marginalized schools. We ensure they have a stake in our national climate agenda. And I think Sheila walked us through the process that we have been under this program from inception to today. Children are not just passive observers of climate change. They are its most vulnerable victims. The drought that ravaged Kenya up in April last year, which has been recorded to be the worst in 40 years, was a harsh reminder of how fragile our environment has become. It devastated livelihoods, left families struggling for water, and forced schools to shut down. Can you remember that time last year? Is there a school that was shut that you got to know of? Possibly that school is somewhere in your village, somewhere in your location. So climate change is actually happening to us and is affecting our children the most. These realities hit our children the hardest, especially in Kenya's vast arid and semi-arid regions. And yet, despite the vulnerability, children understood these challenges in ways we sometimes overlook. They know where the shoe pinches the most, and their voices must then be heard. I cannot say, even as I stand before you, that I understand what every child who was affected by that drought went through. I would be lying if I say I do. They themselves understand it better. And so we have to give them space to express themselves and to find solutions to help us. Hence, the grounding on this program. FLAMA is not just a competition, and for that matter, not just an award ceremony. It is a platform for real hands-on engagement through creative expression, as said by my people who have talked before me. Through its alignment with the school curriculum, it provides opportunities for children to learn by doing. Actually, to plant trees, conserve water, and develop sustainable solutions towards climate action. By empowering our learners, we are nurturing a generation that values and protects the environment. This part of our Excellency's broader strategy to amplify the voices of children as agents of change in climate action. Her Excellency is also committed to supporting the presidential directive on the National Tree Growing and Restoration Campaign. And thank you, Sister Jackie, for alluding to the tree planting. Together with partners, the First Lady has a broad ambition to plant 500 million trees in support of the President's vision of growing 15 billion trees by 2032. A critical part of this strategy involves enlisting learners across the country in this ambitious endeavor. When children are empowered to plant and nurture trees, they not only contribute to reforestation, but also become lifelong environmental stewards. In addition to MaMa, Her Excellency has also launched the MaMa Kitchen Garden. It's an initiative with a demonstration farm at State House, Nairobi. And it will soon be rolled out to schools across the country. Similarly, the MaMa Fruit Garden initiative, launched in May 2023, is thriving in schools. Both initiatives support the nurturing of our learners, but also add to our green cover and instill the importance of sustainable agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, at the core of this learner-centered climate action communication is you, the members of the Fourth Estate, and the people that are here with us today. The stories you tell about children and their connection to the environment are very powerful. You have shown us the true impact of climate change. For example, during the flooding in Baringo, schools were forced to close. While the initial focus on the hotels and the loss to the tourism sector was your reporting focus, you brought into light the plight of the learners, the true victims of the crisis. This to us is the kind of journalism that drives change. Looking ahead, we are eager to continue working with the media, including exploring the possibility of organizing a media fellowship for environmental reporters to strengthen your capacity to tell these crucial stories. And let us not forget the exciting idea of a media tree planting day, where we can come together as partners to make a tangible contribution to our tree planting agenda. So it's an invitation to you, media houses, to partner with us in doing this and in reporting more about our environment. Finally, I invite you all to mark your calendars for the 10th of October 2024, when we will host the first ever First Lady Mazingira Award ceremony at the Kenyatta International Conference Center, the amphitheater, as part of the National Mazingira Day celebration. It will be a proud moment for Kenya, and we look forward to seeing you all there. In conclusion, I thank you once again for your commitment and for your presence today. Together with the power of storytelling, we can inspire a nation to action. We believe in the role of the media in shaping our future, and we are excited about what we can achieve together in building a sustainable, green Kenya for generations to come. Allow me then to thank each one of you for attending this media briefing. We have partners, and allow me to name a few, like Dr. Osewe from the Renaissance University, who has joined us today, and many more. We appreciate each one of you for being here today. Thank you for the speakers that came ahead of me, and thank you for the powerful words that you have spoken. Thank you, our peers, for accepting to grace this occasion. And so, as I end, allow me also to invite our representative from the Ministry of Education, Madam Florence Omoiti, who in turn will assist me to invite our peers to give us a keynote address. Thank you for listening to me, and God bless you.